Welcome to part 4. In this episode, we're creating a road that follows any shape you draw, exactly the way you want. Hello friends, for today's tutorial, I created 3 types of materials for our road, so you can combine them to build a complete path. The 3 types are a base material, a road material, and a damaged road material, so we can have good variation. As you can see, I imported these materials into Unreal Engine, and you can easily assign them to a box to create a simple road. You could do this manually, but that's not very efficient. So let's use the new PCG menu. First, we duplicate our mesh a few times and give them different names. We assign one material to each mesh. Then we go to the PCG menu and choose Draw Spline. In Auto Tangent mode, we draw a line. Click on Spawning and assign the first mesh. Now the road is created, but there's a spacing issue. In the Sampling menu, enable Use Distance and adjust the spacing. Now you can add array elements and assign the second and third meshes. But what if the road needs to turn? This becomes a big problem, and that's why I switch back to our traditional method. Just like in the previous lessons where we created blocks and debris, we use the same workflow here, with only one small difference that you'll see. We create a blueprint again, add a spline, assign a tag, and in PCG, we duplicate the previous setup, change the tag and spacing, and quickly get the result. If you haven't seen the previous lessons, I recommend watching part 1 to fully understand this workflow. Now let's test it in the main scene. As you can see, if we hold Alt and continue the line, we still run into problems. This is where we need to use the Create Spline node and then the Spawn Spline Mesh node. As you can see, with these 2 nodes, the meshes connect, but the shape doesn't look good. The reason is the original box mesh we created. It doesn't have enough segments to bend properly. So we create another box and increase the number of segments. Now, as you can see, the mesh bends correctly, but there's another limitation. This method only supports one mesh input, unlike the static mesh spawner, which supports multiple meshes. In my opinion, to avoid unnecessary PCG complexity and get fast results, it's better to finish the road first, then paint the other materials on top of it. We can use a blend material just like the one we created for the buildings and apply it here as well. All right, friends, to get closer to our reference and make the street proportions more realistic, I adjusted the layout and matched it more closely to the reference. All right, friends, I'll show most of the parts that don't need explanation and fast forward. My goal with these adjustments is to reduce the width of the street and get closer to the reference. Now we finally have our street built correctly. I extended the road based on the reference and created a blend material just like in the previous lessons. Now using Vertex Painting and switching between color channels, we can reach our final result. You can also use the points of your road, duplicate them, and by using Create Point Grid, generate and filter new points. This way you can scatter anything procedurally on your road, from plants to stones or debris. Thanks a lot for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, leave a comment, and support us with super thanks. It really helps the channel grow.